Filipino question word gaano. Gaano. The word gaano is equivalent to how in English, and if a person asks gaano, he or she is expecting a response that explains the extent, degree, or quality of something. There are only two simple rules to remember in forming gaano questions. The first one is, when inquiring about singular subjects, you should use this pattern. Gaano plus the prefix ka that is placed before an adjective root. So it's gaano ka-adjective root. For example, anghang is the root word of the adjective maanghang, which means spicy. If you add ka before anghang, you will form the new word kaanghang. The same goes for pait, which is the root word of mapait, meaning bitter. Ka plus pait becomes kapait. Then we have alat, which is the root word of maalat, meaning salty. Ka plus alat becomes kaalat. So we now have the phrases gaano kaanghang, which means how spicy, gaano kapait, meaning how bitter, and gaano kaalat, how salty. The second rule to follow is when asking about plural subjects, you just have to repeat and insert the first syllable of the adjective root between ka and the adjective root. For example, ganda, which means beauty. Just repeat its first syllable, which is ga, and insert it between ka and ganda. Ka plus ga plus ganda. Kagaganda. Next is kinis. The first syllable is ki, so it's ka plus ki plus kinis. Kakikinis. Gaano kagaganda, meaning how beautiful. Gaano kakikinis, how smooth. Let's now learn more gaano questions. Gaano kadalas? Gaano kadalas, meaning how often. Gaano karami? Gaano karami, meaning how many. Please note that this question requires English quantifiers like many, few, much, or little as answers. You should not confuse this with the other Tagalog question word ilan, which also means how many in English, because ilan requires cardinal numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. as answers. Gaano kalayo? Gaano kalayo? How far is it? Gaano kalayo? Gaano katagal? Gaano katagal? How long will it take? Gaano katagal? Gaano kamahal? Gaano kamahal? How expensive is it? Gaano kabilis? Gaano kabilis? How fast is it? Gaano kabilis? Gaano kataas? Gaano kataas? Meaning, how high is it? Gaano kalaki? Gaano kalaki? How big is it? Gaano kaliit? Gaano kaliit? How small is it? Gaano kasakit? Gaano kasakit? How painful is it? Gaano kalalim? Gaano kalalim? How deep is it? Gaano kainit? Gaano kainit? How hot is it? Gaano kalamig? Gaano kalamig? How cold is it? Gaano kababaw? Gaano kababaw? How shallow is it? Gaano kahaba? Gaano kahaba? How long is it? Gaano kabigat? Gaano kabigat? How heavy is it? Gaano kalakas? Gaano kalakas? Gaano kalakas has two different translations in English. How strong and the other is how loud. Gaano kalakas? How loud is it? How strong is it? Our next example is, gaano kasarap ang beef carpaccio? Gaano kasarap ang beef carpaccio? Meaning, how delicious is beef carpaccio? Gaano kalambot ang purong ginto? Gaano kalambot ang purong ginto? How soft is pure gold? Gaano katigas ang diyamante? Gaano katigas ang diyamante? How hard is a diamond? Gaano kataas ang Burj Khalifa? Gaano kataas ang Burj Khalifa? How high is Burj Khalifa? Gaano kalaki ang Pilipinas? Gaano kalaki ang Pilipinas? How big is the Philippines? Gaano kabango ang Sampaguita? Gaano kabango ang Sampaguita? How fragrant is Sampaguita? Gaano kabaho ang skunk? Gaano kabaho ang skunk? How stinky is a skunk? Gaano kabagal ang internet sa South Sudan? Gaano kabagal ang internet sa South Sudan? How slow is the internet connection in South Sudan? Gaano katagal kang namalagi sa Cebu? Gaano katagal kang namalagi sa Cebu? How long did you stay in Cebu? Gaano kahaba ang tulay na yon? Gaano kahaba ang tulay na yon? Meaning, how long is that bridge? Gaano karaming tao ang kasya sa kotse mo? Gaano karaming tao ang kasya sa kotse mo? How many people can fit in your car? Gaano kadalas kang naghuhugas ng kamay? Gaano kadalas kang naghuhugas ng kamay? How often do you wash your hands? Gaano siya kataba? Gaano siya kataba? How fat is she? Gaano katangkad si Rara? Gaano katangkad si Rara? How tall is Rara? Gaano katagal akong maghihintay sa'yo? Gaano katagal akong maghihintay sa'yo? How long should I wait for you? Gaano kakuripot si Jack? Gaano kakuripot si Jack? How stingy is Jack? Gaano kapangit ang komodo dragon? Gaano kapangit ang komodo dragon? How ugly is a komodo dragon? Gaano kadumi ang imburnal? Gaano kadumi ang imburnal? How dirty is the sewer? Gaano kaganda si Thalia Sodi? Gaano kaganda si Thalia Sodi? How pretty is Thalia Sodi? Gaano kadalas kang maligo? Gaano kadalas kang maligo? How often do you take a shower? Here are now some examples about plural subjects. Gaano katataas ang mga gusali sa New York? Gaano katataas ang mga gusali sa New York? How tall are the buildings in New York? Gaano kaaanghang ang mga pagkaing Koreano? Gaano kaaanghang ang mga pagkaing Koreano? How spicy are Korean foods? Gaano kaya katatamis ang mga prutas na yon? Gaano kaya katatamis ang mga prutas na yon? I wonder how sweet those fruits are. Alam mo ba kung gaano kasisipag ang mga Hapon? Alam mo ba kung gaano kasisipag ang mga Hapon? Do you know how hardworking the Japanese people are? Gaano kalalaki ang mga bahay sa lugar nyo? Gaano kalalaki ang mga bahay sa lugar nyo? How big are the houses in your area? If the word man is added to gaano, it will become gaano man. Gaano man, which means no matter how or no matter how much. Gaano man. For example, magtatagumpay ako gaano man ito kahirap. Magtatagumpay ako gaano man ito kahirap. Meaning, I will succeed no matter how hard it is. Maraming may gusto ng mga designer bags, gaano man kamamahal ang mga ito. Maraming may gusto ng mga designer bags, gaano man kamamahal ang mga ito. Many like designer bags no matter how expensive they are. Gusto kong pumunta sa Yakutsk, gaano man kalamig doon. Gusto kong pumunta sa Yakutsk, gaano man kalamig doon. I want to go to Yakutsk, no matter how cold it is there.